Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 20, Text number 10, Chapter entitled The Rainy Season and Autumn in Vrindavan. So please repeat. Asan Utpataghaminyaha Kshudra Nadyaha Anushushyatihi Punsaha Yata Asvantantrasya Deha Dhavina Sampadaha. Asan Utpataghaminyaha Asan Utpataghaminyaha Kshutra Anushushyatihi Kshutra Nadyo Anushushyatihi Punso Yata Swatantrasya Punso Yata Swatantrasya Deha Dravina Sampadaha Deha Dravina Sampadaha Asan Utpataghaminyaha Kshutra Nadyo Anushushyatihi Punso Yata Swatantrasya Deha Dravina Sampadaha. Mataji's. Asan, they became Utpataghaminyah, straight from their courses. Kshudra, insignificant. Nadyaha, the rivers. Anushishyatihi, drying up. Pumsaha, of a person. Yata, as. Ashvatantrasya, who is not independent, that is, who is under the control of his senses. Deha, the body. Dravina, physical property. Sampadaha, and riches. Translation and purport by the disciples of His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Translation: with the advent of the rainy season, the insignificant streams which had become dry began to swell and then strayed from their proper courses, like the body, property, and money of a man controlled by the urges of his senses. Purport: Srila Prabhupada comments, during the rainy season, many small ponds, lakes, and rivulets become filled with water, otherwise, the rest of the year they remain dry. Similarly, materialistic persons are dry, but sometimes when they are in so-called opulent position with a home or children or a little bank balance, they appear to be flourishing, but immediately afterwards they become dry again, like the small rivulets and ponds. The poet Vidyapati said that in the society of friends, family, children, wife, and so on, there is certainly some pleasure, but that pleasure is compared to a drop of water in the desert. Everyone is hankering after happiness, just as in the desert everyone is hankering after water. If in the desert there is a drop of water, the water is there, of course, but the benefit from the drop of water is very insignificant. In our materialistic way of life, we are hankering after an ocean of happiness, but in the form of society, friends, and mundane love, we are getting no more than a drop of water. Our satisfaction is never achieved, as the small rivulets, lakes, and ponds are never filled with water in the dry season. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjanashalaakaya Chakshurunmilitamena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Mukom Karoti Vachalam Bangum Langayate Girim Yatkripadam Maham Vande Shri Gurum Dinataranam Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Budale Srimate Bhakti Vikasa Swamiti Ramane Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Budale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamiti Ramane Namaste Saraswate Devin Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshitarine Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Asan Utpata Gaminya Kshutranadyo Anushishyatihi Pumso yata svatantrasya dehadravina sampadaha. Translation: with the advent of the rainy season, the insignificant streams which had become dry began to swell and then strayed from their proper courses, like the body, property, and money of a man controlled by the urges of his senses. So, we also just starting rainy season. So what does this shloka says? When there is no rains, so these insignificant streams so become dry. But then when there is a lot of rains, they begin to swell and then they go off the course. So similarly, when a person is having a lot of properties, lot of money, physical strength, so goes off the track. So he is supposed to utilize everything in Krishna's service that is in the track, but then when it swells, sometimes it happens due to karmic consequence. So when we get a lot of these things, then due to the urges of the senses, we go off the track. So that is what the translation speaks about. So it's all about sense gratification, body, property, and money. So material sense gratification, how it is very insignificant. So that is what the whole purport Srila Prabhupada is speaking. So there is some pleasure, but it is with a lot of pressure. The material, actually there is nothing called material pleasure. Material means suffering. But there is a sort of kind of pleasure which is basically illusory, illusion. So this is even worst. If there is no happiness, then it's more easier to say material life. Actually, there is no happiness. Everybody is suffering, But there is some mixture of pleasure, and that's why it's becoming even more difficult to get convinced that actually this is dukkhalayam. So this is the power of Maya, how Maya has created this world, that there is a form of so-called pleasure. But pleasure is there, but it is illusion. Why? Because it's temporary, and it comes with the package, it comes with suffering. The more we enjoy, the more we exploit, so the more proportionately we suffer, now or the later. So therefore, due to this amazing creation of Maya, it becomes very difficult for a conditioned soul to understand why this is dukkhalayam. So basically, if we are a little sane, then we will understand actually all these illusory pleasures are not pleasure. It is just like, as very much in the purport Srila Prabhupada explained, not his disciples explained, that just like a drop of water in the desert. So it's not sufficient. But this drop gives us the hope that we are in the right path. So that is even more dangerous. If there is no water, okay, you die. But a drop of water when we get, so we increase the false hope that, we will get soon some more drops. So ultimately it is suffering, This cannot quench the thirst. But this is the power of Maya. So we are searching happiness in the reflection. Material world is a reflection of the spiritual world. Just like if you see a mango tree full of beautiful ripened mangoes, Salem, Bengaluru, Gundu, whatever, Malkova, beautiful mangoes, big mangoes, ripened. So many mangoes are there, looking so beautiful, but it is growing on the bank of a river or the lake. And there is a reflection, obviously, and in the reflection you see the tree, you see the mangoes. A person who wants to enjoy it, he jumps in the river or in the water body there. So much nice mangoes are there, showing, it's visible. So he jumps in the river to catch few mangoes and make mango juice. So he jumps in the river, swimming, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. He didn't get mango. Disappointed, he comes out. After some time again he sees the river, he sees trees there, mangoes are there, everything is perfect. So he increases his confidence, hears some motivation lectures, and again he jumps into the river and then looking for the mangoes. 10 minutes, 15 minutes, 20 minutes, he didn't get. But what happens this time? He's meeting few other people who are looking for mangoes. So and then he is asking, what are you doing here? I'm looking for mangoes. So then confidence he builds up, we are on the right path. So everybody together is looking for the mangoes, but after some time again they didn't get the mangoes. Now he's thinking, maybe I'm not swimming properly, left stroke, back stroke, I don't know. Different swimming techniques he's utilizing, and still he doesn't get. And before he comes out, somebody puts a bookstall with the books. how to catch mangoes. 100 methods, 100 different methods how you can catch the mango. So what is that? 100 different techniques how you can enjoy sex pleasure. It translates to this. So in the reflection, in the shadow, we are trying to enjoy the reality. But those who are devotees out of illusion, so they don't look for happiness in the reflection. So Srila Prabhupada in a purport in Gita, he explains, of the saintly persons who are constantly engaged in striving towards salvation, one who is in Krishna consciousness is the best of all. The Bhagavatam confirms the fact as follows: Yat pada pankaja palasya vilasya bhaktya. Just try to worship in devotional service Vasudeva, the Supreme Lord. Even great sages are not able to control the forces of the senses as effectively as those who are engaged in transcendental bliss by serving the lotus feet of the Lord, uprooting the deep-grown desire for fruitive activities. In the conditioned soul, the desire to enjoy the fruitive results of work is so deep-rooted that it is very difficult even for the great sages to control such desires despite great endeavors. A devotee of the Lord constantly engaged in devotional service in Krishna consciousness, perfect in self-realization, very quickly attains liberation in the Supreme. Owing to complete knowledge in self-realization, he always remains in trance. Darshana dhyana samsparshair. By vision, by meditation, and by touch, only do the fish, the tortoise, and the birds maintain their offspring. Similarly, do I also, O Padmaja. The fish brings up its offspring simply by looking at them. The tortoise brings up its offspring simply by meditation. The eggs of the tortoise are laid on the land, and the tortoise meditates on the eggs while in the water. Similarly, the devotee in Krishna consciousness, although far away from the Lord's abode, can elevate himself to the abode simply by thinking of him constantly, by engagement in Krishna consciousness. He does not feel the pangs of material miseries. The state of life is called Brahma Nirvana, or the absence of material miseries due to constantly immersed in the Supreme. So this is where a devotee is not carried away by this lust, anger, greed, the urges of the senses. Why? Because he is always meditating on the Lord, always wants to serve the Lord, utilizes energies, properties, everything in the service of the Lord. So a devotee, when he gets this opulence due to his karmic reaction or the will of the Lord or sukriti, whatever, so we can see a devotee utilizes them in the service of the Lord. Those who are rich, those who are strong, those who are intelligent, have properties. If they don't, then what happens? These things bind us. There is no balance. There is no in between. I will not utilize for my sense gratification, but I will not give for Krishna also immediately. I'll do so gradually in the future. So there is nothing like that. Either you use for Krishna or use for Maya. So if you are not using for Krishna, you will be forced to use for Maya. So I am developing strong body, 6 packs. Or I have so much property, I'm earning so much. But if you don't utilize them in the service of Krishna, then obviously Maya will bind us more and more. There is no in between. So either Yoga Maya or Mahamaya, it will be utilized. Just like Prabhupada said, all these countries are amassing so much weapons. Billions of dollars is spent. India spends 4 lakh crores every year on defense. America spends 50 lakh crores. So much weapons. Recent news says Pakistan people, they don't have food to eat, and they have increased their military expense by 20% after this defeat. They want to get more weapons. So all these weapons, Prabhupada said, they're amassing, they're accumulating. It will be utilized, and we see it is getting utilized. So some big country, mostly it is instrument. So because the America has huge industry, weapon industry, so somehow they are busy engaging others in war, so that they can keep selling their weapons. So this is how Maya, if we have all this money, property, all these things, if we don't use for Krishna, Maya will make us to use for sense gratification. And that binds us. It's very simple logic. Either Swaha for Krishna or Swaha for Maya, as Prabhupada said. So there's nothing in between. In the future I will use, later I will use. Now for little bit I'll give for Krishna, but later I'll give. There's nothing like that. So we have to give everything. Otherwise, we are in Maya. It's very simple, clear understanding. So we can't be neutral. So all this sense gratification doesn't satisfy us. If we don't utilize these things for Krishna, it will give us frustration. Ultimately we'll suffer. E sansparshaja bhoga dukkha yono evate adyantavanta kaunteya nateshu ramate buddhaha. So it has beginning, it has end, it is temporary, and it increases our false hope. It increases our illusion. It takes away us from Krishna. So therefore, we have to make Krishna as understand that Krishna is the real enjoyer. Bhoktaram yajnatapasam sarvaloka maheshwaram suhridam sarvabhutanam gitva mam shantim rachati. So if you want to peace, so then we have to understand Krishna is the ultimate friend. He is the enjoyer and he is the benefactor of all the sacrifices. So unless we realize this, so there will be only suffering to us. So there was a story of a king, Bhartruhari. Guru Maharaj in lecture, he was narrating this story. So somebody gifted him a very precious jewel, Kohinoor diamond or something. When it was given to him, he was told that it has to be given to someone whom you like the most. So then king receives it, and obviously, he gifted it to the queen, saying that, I got this and it has to be given to someone whom I love the most. So I'm giving you. So she takes it. After some time, she gives it to her boyfriend, saying that it has to be given to someone whom we love the most. I'm giving it to you. And then after some time, the boyfriends give to other girlfriend. Not the queen, but there is one more girlfriend. So he gives that to another girlfriend. And that girlfriend gives to another boyfriend, and that boyfriend gives to another girlfriend. And at last, one girl comes and gives to the king. It has to be given to someone whom you love the most, so I am giving it to you. So when the king got that diamond in the first place and gave it to the queen, so he wrote 100 stanzas, 100 verses by the title Sringara Shataka, glorifying the beauty, the love and the passion of the world. So he wrote 100 verses, he composed 100 poems. And when he got the same ring back, so he wrote another 100 verses called Vairagya Shataka, glorifying the renunciation, and he gave up the kingdom and became devotee. So I was just looking in the AI. So there is some AI suggesting that he later took the association of Pattinathar. There is some local Shaivate saint or Siddha, somebody. So he made him devotee. So like that. So I don't know whether it is correct or not, but some AI say that, some people say this. So AI, yes, we cannot completely rely on it. So we are trying to explore all this technology to our sense gratification. But yesterday, Palki Sharma, she in the news, she reported that AI is becoming rogue. So what happened, some latest, not the chat GPT, some other AI technology, so they invented some other company, not Google. So they were trying to see the safety standards, check how its safety standards. So they were just creating a drama as if the AI is engaged in a company Okay, so AI is engaged, used in a company's work. So later, they wanted to remove AI from the company due to some reason. So the AI came to know that it is no longer going to be engaged. Then what AI did, so it went through all the emails of the company and it found one of the chairman of the company is having illicit affair with some girl. So then the AI got that email and threatened the owner that if you stop utilizing me, I will spread this news. So then they were shocked. So what is this AI? It doesn't have independence, or it doesn't have feelings, emotions. It's not human. But how does this react like this? So then they said that what AI basically, it's not human, but it is learning from human. How different humans respond. So based on our response, AI is learning things. So how do we react when somebody is exploiting us, going to betray us or cheat us? So immediately, this is a human tendency. So this is what AI learned. Hare Krishna. So don't send email. So we don't know where this will take us, but definitely we are trying to exploit all these resources for sense gratification, and the net result is it will bind us more and more and give us suffering. The more we utilize all these things for sense gratification, proportionately we will suffer. So it's very simple logic. But sometimes it takes time to understand, and Bhagavad Gita again and again explains this principle that sense gratification is not going to give us happiness, rather it is increasing our illusion, all these things. So solution is that we engage all these things in service of Krishna. That's a very simple formula. So if you have a lot of riches, so then you serve the Krishna consciousness movement. If you have intelligence, you utilize it for service. So all these things, whatever we have, prana, artha, dhiya, vacha, all these things, whatever abilities we have to utilize it for Krishna. So very simple thing. And this is what all acharyas explain, and this is what Gita gives us solution. And another purport, so I'll just read it. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice, O descendant of Bharata, and a predominant rise of religion, at the time I descend myself. So in this age, the present moment, there is inordinate discrepancies in the discharge of human duties. Human life is meant for God realization, but unfortunately, the materialistic civilization stressing only the senses of the body, not understanding the living force within the body. As clearly stated in Gita, Dehi knows Minyata Dehe. Within the body is the body's proprietor, the living force, which is more important. But human society has become so fallen that instead of understanding the living force within the body, people have become busy with external things. So, therefore, Krishna has taken birth or taken shelter within the womb of the Krishna consciousness movement. Men of Kamsa's class, therefore, are very much afraid and are busy trying to stop this movement, especially in the Western countries. One politician has remarked that the Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like an epidemic, and that, if not checked immediately, within 10 years, it may capture governmental power. There is, of course, such potency in the Krishna consciousness movement, as stated by authorities. Kali Kale Nama Rupa Krishna Avatara. In this age, Krishna has appeared in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra. The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like wildfire all over the world, and it will go on doing so. Men who are like Kamsa are very much afraid of the movement's progress and acceptance by the younger generation. But as Krishna could not be killed by Kamsa, this movement cannot be checked by men of Kamsa's class. The movement will go on increasing more and more, provided the leaders of the movement remain firmly Krishna consciousness by following the regulative principles and the primary activities of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra regularly. So, I was just going through the book this mood and mission. So just going through having a glimpse of it. So I just saw in the foreword or an acknowledgement section, Maharaj had thanked many devotees who had helped him. So I went through the list. So I was thinking, my name is not there. So I was just going through few other pages, and I had a hope that my name will come in the second part of the book. So you want to know what is that? So Maharaj said that this first part addresses the mood and mission of Srila Prabhupada, basically what Srila Prabhupada wanted his ISKCON to be. And Maharaj said the second part, I am planning soon, will be what is the current status of ISKCON, how we got distracted and deviated. So I think more than one page at least I will be in that book. So it's many devotees are glorifying the book, how much Guru Maharaj has so kindly has put all the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and gone through all the teachings of Srila Prabhupada and given us the summary in a very simple way. It's not so easy, but we can see of late there's a lot of fight going on in the internet after this Bangalore case. So Ritvik system and this and that, how different devotees interpret different things, and lot of confusions, lot of fight. So it is, although looking very simple, but it seems for some people it is not so simple. So Maya is so powerful, that's what we can understand. So ultimately it boils down to puja, labha, pratishtha, name, fame, glories, property, fight for money, things like that. So therefore Prabhupada said we have to be careful in our sadhana, in our service, so that all these discrepancies won't come. So kamsa from outside cannot kill, but within can create problem. We also understand Krishna kills all these demons, and different demons represents different anarthas, different demoniac qualities. So when we allow Krishna when we become instrument in Krishna's hand, allow Krishna to utilize our abilities, given strength, so then we'll get cleansed of all the anarthas. Otherwise, these anarthas will create a lot of discrepancies in our life and in others' life. So therefore, an intelligent person should take shelter of Krishna. So that's what the hope we get from all these chapters. Krishna killing one demon after the other demon. So the hope is that when we take shelter of Krishna, all these anarthas will be removed gradually. So to the degree we surrender, to that degree all these anarthas will be removed. So we just saw 2 forest fire, how Krishna extinguished, and Kaliya, Leela, how Krishna just by dancing, so he removed all the anarthas. He purified Kaliya. Kaliya was one demon whom Krishna didn't kill. That's another hope for us. So he was dancing on the first floor and breaking the bones on the ground floor. He was dancing with gopis on the top of Kaliya, and the below Kaliya is spitting blood and getting purified. So that's how Krishna can act. And Maya also can act. Kissing and killing, she can do same time. I was going through one letter or one conversation where Srila Prabhupada was telling about Vishakanya, right? Vishakanya, I think. So those days the kings, some female children from beginning, they give little poison, and when she comes to puberty or something, so she becomes what you call like vaccine. She can just by kissing kill somebody. So this is so in that way the king sends such Vishakanya, poisoned, so to other enemy king, and she entraps and then she kills by kissing. So this is the nature of Maya also. Maya is a reflection of Krishna. So she can also perform such wonderful activities. So we should be very careful, stay away from the illusion of Maya, take shelter of devotees association, service, and be sincere in our actions as much as possible, and try to take help of the devotees and get purified and get engaged in Krishna consciousness. So in that way, we will not go astray, as we've seen this purport. So when devotee get all these things, he will utilize all these things only for Krishna, and in that way he is in the track, doesn't go off the track. So thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any questions, any comments, any mistakes? Okay. Srila Prabhupada